Hi, welcome back. In this lecture, I am going to continue installing some more brackets extensions. Okay, now I am going to install Auto Prefixer extension. I will open Extension Manager window and under the Available tab, I am going to search for Auto Prefixer. This is the extension I am looking for. I will go ahead and I will install this Auto Prefixer extension. Okay, it just finished installing Auto Prefixer extension. Now I will explain the purpose of this Auto Prefixer extension. We will mostly need CSS vendor prefixer. For example, I have this animation CSS property and I want to make sure that this CSS property should work in all the major browsers. So for that I have to look for CSS vendor prefix. And to add CSS vendor prefix, I just need to select this CSS property and then I'll go to edit and I'll look for auto prefix selection. I'm going to select auto prefix selection and as you can see, it just added WebKit auto prefix for this animation property. This vendor prefix is going to make sure that this animation property will work on all the WebKit based browsers. And this is something important which we will need in our development so we can make sure that our website is compatible with all the major browsers. This is the normal animation CSS property and this is the animation property with vendor prefix. Okay. So this was the purpose of installing this important auto prefix extension. Next, I am going to install brackets snippets extension. I will open brackets extension manager and I will search for brackets snippets under the available tab and I'll scroll down. And this is the extension I am going to install, bracket snippets by EDC. I'll go ahead and I'll install this bracket snippets extension. Okay, it just finished installing bracket snippets extension. I'll close these windows. After installing bracket snippets extension, I get this bulb icon in control panel. I'll click on this brackets snippets icon and it will open brackets snippets panel where we can create and update code snippets. This extension is going to help us to create code snippets and it is going to save a lot of time for us. As a developer, we should avoid repeating ourselves by writing same code again and again, and we can do it by making code snippets. Let's create a code snippet for a generic HTML markup. Okay, I want to create code snippet for some top heading. It is just for an example. I'll go to this new button and I'll give a trigger key and the trigger key will be HT, heading top, just an example. Okay, and I'll add some description like it would be heading top, and after that I'll define the scope and the scope will be HTML. The scope basically define where it should work and it should work inside the HTML file. And now I'll write some code snippet and my code snippet is div with class of heading top. It is just an example. And inside this I'll add h1 heading like this is top heading. And I'll close the div tag. So it is just an example of code snippet. I'll go ahead and I'll click on this save button and as you can see that it just created a code snippet for me. I'll close this snippet manager panel. Now what I have to do, I just need to write HT. This is the trigger key and you can see in the pop-up the description of the code snippet. Okay, after writing trigger key HT, I just need to press tab button and look what happened. It just added code snippet for me. So whenever I need this code snippet, I have to write HT and pressing tab, and this will add the code snippet for me. Very easy. It really saves a lot of time for us, and we will be creating some code snippets while building our website. Next, I want to install very important brackets extension. The name of the extension is Emmet. Let me first install that Emmet extension, then I will discuss its features. I will open brackets extension manager and I will search for Emmet extension under the available tab. This is the extension I am looking for. Using this extension, you can greatly improve your HTML and CSS workflow. I am going to install this extension, and after installation, I will perform an exercise using this Emmet extension. Okay, it has been installed. I will close these windows and I'm going to reload my code editor so it can load all the new extensions. I'll go to debug and I'll select reload with extensions. After installing Emmet extension, I got this new menu tab for Emmet, and here you can see all the options for Emmet extension. Now, what is Emmet? Emmet is a free plugin for text editors to write HTML and CSS code faster. Let me give you an example of high-speed coding using Emmet plugin. For example, if you want to create an unordered list with 5 list items in it, how can you create such unordered list at speed of light? You can do it using Emmet plugin. I am going to write Emmet syntax in order to create an unordered list with 5 list items, and here is Emmet syntax. I'll first write UL, which means unordered list, and inside this UL I want list items, and the number of list items should be 5. So this is Emmet syntax. After writing this Emmet syntax, I'm going to press tab, and did you see what happened? It just added an unordered list with 5 list items in it, and it is called high speed coding. Emmet is really a brilliant tool, and I think it is an essential tool for web developers. The only downside perhaps is the learning curve required for first timers, but once you pick it up, it can significantly boost your productivity. You can write HTML and CSS faster than ever before. The last extension I want to install is brackets minifier extension. I'll go to brackets extension manager and I'll search for brackets minifier extension. Simply type minifier. This is the extension I'm looking for. I will go ahead and I'll install this JS CSS minifier extension. Okay, it just finished minifier extension. I will close these windows and I'll reload my brackets code editor with extensions. Okay, now I will show you what this JS and CSS minifier extension is going to do. For example, if I want to minify my CSS file, I can select the whole file, and after that I can right click and I can select minify, and it is going to create a minified version of this main.css file. You can see that it just created a minimized, or you can say a minified version of this CSS file. Minimized files are very helpful for site optimization, and by the end of this course we will minimize all of our CSS and JavaScript files for our website, so therefore it is important to install this extension. Okay, you don't need to worry about these extensions at this stage because I will be using these extensions along the way. and you will learn more about these extensions later in this course when we will start building the real project from the very scratch. And it was important to get set up the code editor before we started any real development. Therefore, I just made the initial setup. If you have any question, please do ask me. I am always available to help you. And we are good to go with this setup, and I wish you good luck with this course. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in next class. Thanks.